Yes, shalom
earlier.
family. Welcome guys. Um Thanks for tuning in to the video. We appreciate all the support. Thanks for the subscription. Thank you for subscribing. Make sure you like the video when you enter chat or watching it later. So this content is it's just the same old seems like
Ramping up though.
it's ramping up. It's always been like this, but it's getting crazier and crazier.
It's definitely getting crazier because with this Atlanta shooting, this is just crazy. The deletion of these people, it's in a black neighborhood, a black school, or at least a lot of people were black from what I can tell, relative to like if it was like a suburban white neighborhood, like a lot of them are. And so it is hitting near home for people in America who are a part of these diverse school communities. They're like, oh, this is crazy. Like, this Atlanta shooting's crazy.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's like, man, it hits home, but it's still like it really hits home. So what are people going to do?
Yeah, it's
That's
bittersweet.
yeah, that's what comes in my head. Like, man, this is it really hits home. But what what are what are we going to do about it? Like, how can we really change the dynamics of it? Like, really, because it just keep happening, and
Mm,
it's just going to get worse and worse
mm.
because people don't really take a lot of stuff serious. Um, and that comes with just the environment that our people is in.
Yeah.
Like, really, it's that survival crab in a bucket mentality. And it's sad. It's sad, but it's reality. So it really depends on the person and what are you going to do next. Like, really.
Yeah, your logical next solution would be to go ahead and book a plane ticket. We were talking to somebody in State of Diaspora last month when we did it, and it's like they said they're getting their children out. She was like, hey, I've sold my property in under a week. I've gotten my children out. She had her nieces and nephews ready to get out because even that generation now is
Hmm.
starting to see the writing on the wall. Like, it's not too difficult to talk to the younger generation and say, look, you see X, Y, and Z, these shootings are popping off. This is popping off, I was just looking at some of the lives we did earlier in the year, like how China dumped 53 billion in America bonds and American bonds. So we're clearly seeing that America is a third world country. It's not if it will become a third world country. It's not, oh, America's not dying.
Hmm.
It's America is already in the phase of existing. Look at that moth. Existing as a third
Hmm.
world country. And that's the
Exactly.
reality.
Yeah, like, really, really, you got to think. And if you ever been to, or if you haven't been to a third world country, America is looking a lot like that. No matter how much money people have, no matter what, like, it's really looking like a third world country. The mindset of it and everything. So, um,
Mm.
man, it's just best to really start thinking about your exit plan, like, really. And we gonna keep saying it time after time. It's really time to exit. Like, it's no doubt about it. It's no double mindedness. It's really time to exit.
Yeah, how many more mass shootings have to pop off
How
before
many
you say
more?
this
Yeah,
isn't logical to continue being here? How
exactly,
many more? And the mass shooting, it happened on the first week of school. This
exactly.
kid is like, what are you so mad about during the first week of school that you have to literally delete four people,
Mm.
including teachers? I was listening to a video from people, some of the students that had lived the experience, the teachers as well. May they find peace and mental stability, because going through that kind of trauma is going to mark everybody in that district and everybody in that community. And so one of the students was saying, yeah, my teacher got in front of us and he like put his arm out to shield us. And it was like, why do children have to go through this? There's no
Mm.
other nation on earth where children can get slaughtered in schools unless it's in a war zone like Ukraine.
Mm.
There's no other place. other than America, and America's not in a war zone, but it is in a war zone because the society is at war within itself. America is like an autoimmune disease right now. An autoimmune disease is when your body attacks itself. America is doing that right now. It's literally attacking itself. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, like really, it's attacking itself. Like it's so
It's an
crazy.
autoimmune disease.
Oh yeah,
It's
exactly. I was just
like,
about to say that. Man, it's really attacking itself, and it's really about the mindset of the people. Like they they um they want people to be like that, just so America can destroy Americans,
mm,
um, which is not citizens. Mostly the people that's not citizens and
mm.
just residents is 3/5
God
still.
dang.
So our people really just gotta wake up and realize, like, man,
That's so bad.
they really don't care about us. You know, the
That's so
only the
bad.
only person that cares about us is the Most High, and He's trying to call His people out. Like this is why we are here talking right now, to tell you guys, like, it is time to exit. Like really, He's using people,
Right now.
plenty of people, to tell you guys what is reality. Because the reality is, America's crazy. That's the
Mm-hmm.
only place like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that we got out.
Yes.
And I'm just trying to tell people, like, man, it's not time to sit around and just be be in a coma, just be
Mm.
asleep. And that's what we just see. Like all this stuff that's happening time after time after time, year after year after year, until the whole place gonna blow up. Then what?
Yeah, we're on year 4, gonna go into year 5 in Africa, and we still have people that are like, no, everything's great in America. And it's like, how can you say everything's great when
Mm,
you have children and teachers dying in mass shootings the first week of school? Is that great? Is that the symptoms and the fruits of a great, wonderful society?
exactly. And
Serious, is it? Somebody leave a comment down below. Let us know which part of that is great, because what you're seeing is death and destruction. And so, if it's not the violence, it's the healthcare crises. As our community is plagued with cancer, plagued with heart disease. Why? Because we're not in a healthy society. First of all, as melanated people, we need to be in the sun. We
yeah,
need to be around nature. We
the
need to
real
not be in
sun. Yeah, put it like
cold
that.
environments. We need to be living in a place where people like us thrive, that look like us,
Yeah.
brown skin, black skin. We thrive outside of America. That's just a fact.
And that's just, look, you said it, outside. We really thrive outside. Like outside of that plantation. Like that's how strong we are. You know, they came and got us because we were the strongest. And we can survive in the sun. The sun makes us stronger.
Hmm.
So you don't need to be indoors working all day and stuff like that. You need to get outside and get that sun food. So it's like it's a lot that they don't share with you, but once you start to self educate yourself, it's it's deeper than what it seems. And our people really have to wake up and realize, like, hey, man, this is not for me. This
Mm.
is not for me. This is not for us.
Save yourself. No, look, nobody's coming to save you. Save yourself.
Exactly. Yep.
When Yahushua was on earth, he said, occupy until I return. When he was on earth, he said, when you see the abomination of desolation, run to the mountain, save yourself. I don't know what has happened in our brains that we don't have a fight or flight response anymore.
Hmm.
Any ordinary humans have a fight or flight response when they're in a society like that. But something has happened. The deep trauma with Black America has happened to where we don't have fight or flight response. Our response
It,
is, come on, let's be Captain America and save America, because our ancestors were enslaved here for 400 years.
yeah, it's literally the molding of America. Like America molded our people in a certain way. But our people really need to realize they need to step out on faith so the Most High can mold you in the way that He needs you to be.
Yep.
And that's what it is. Like literally, you have to step away from America. just so you can realize you can look and see America like, whoa, like
Mm.
I can't believe I mean, I was really in that.
Survive that.
I
First
ain't
of all,
even
you'll be
survived it.
thankful you
Yeah,
even survived it, to be
exactly.
quite honest. But y'all, let's get into this article. It's from theguardian.com. The mother of the Georgia shooting suspect actually called the school to warn of the emergency
Hmm,
before it
that's tough.
happened
Yeah.
because she knew her son was off. I'm thankful
And
she was able to perceive that. That's just crazy. The dad, the father, he's in for second degree murder right now because he actually apparently allegedly gifted the son the weapon that was used. And so let's just get into the article because
it's
it's
that
chilling.
that y'all gotta think of the title in a spiritual lens too. Like that's what just hit me right there too. The mother, like wisdom is warning before emergency. That's what I see. Like they're trying to. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's hard because it's it's such a spiritual issue and a society issue. This mother,
Yeah.
see, I'm empathizing with her and realizing that she probably sees something's wrong with her son. I don't know what their circumstances are or how he was raised or anything like that. But in a society that preferences violence, death, and mental instability the way that it does,
Mm.
your lineage is only going to go on for so long before something extreme like this happens. And it doesn't always have to be this extreme, but in a society like that, where it's literally the most serial killers on earth are brought up in America, that's a society that is filled with the destruction of humanity. And so obviously these things happen. But let's get into the article. The mother of the teenage boy, again, I'm reading from theguardian.com. They published this just like a few hours ago today. The mother of the teenage boy who has been charged with murder over the fatal shooting of four people at his Georgia high school called the school before the killings, warning staff of an extreme emergency involving her son, a relative said. Annie Brown told the Washington Post that her sister, Colt Gray's mother, texted her saying she spoke with the school counselor and urged them to immediately find her son to check in on him. Brown provided screenshots of the text exchange to the newspaper, which also reported that a call log from the family's shared phone plan showed a call was made to the school 30 minutes before gunfire is believed to have been erupted. Brown confirmed the reporting to the Associated Press on Saturday in a text message, but declined to provide more information. Colt Gray, 14, has been charged with murder over the killing of two students and two teachers at Appalachia High School in Barrow County outside Atlanta on Wednesday. His father, Colin Gray, is accused of second degree murder for providing his son with an AR 15 style rifle. The Georgia teen has struggled with his parents' separation, taunting by classmates, his father told a sheriff investigator last year when asked whether his son posted an online threat. Those at the Appalachia on Wednesday were identified as Mason Schamerhorn and Christian Angulo, both 14, and the mathematics instructors Richard and Christina. Their killings renewed the American public debate about safe storage laws for guns, while prompting parents to ponder how to talk to their children about trauma and school shootings, which occur in the US at a disproportionate rate. By the way, thank you so much for the super chat. You who left the super chat, we greatly, greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I'm that's really like chilling right there.
Yeah, that was just after, last month they had the shooting of our sister. What was her name? The police shot
Sunday.
her down,
Yeah.
Sonia Macy. Then this month, the school's open just a week into school and it just pops off. And so, the writing's on the wall. This isn't fear mongering. Nobody can gaslight you and say, oh my gosh, it's just fear mongering. I don't want to look at this. No, people are actually dying of a multitude of ways in America, not just pandemics, not just health, just not just stress, but people are dying from also violence. Like this is a third world country, meaning America.
Yeah, it just
It's a
goes
war
back.
zone for the
It
students.
goes back to the mindset, like for real. If you understand the environment around you and stuff, because the article said that he was getting bullied pretty much because the separation of his mom and dad.
Yeah, basically.
Um, yeah, that's just it's just crazy to think about. And our children is just getting weaker and weaker. Each generation is getting weaker and weaker, and we know that. So I can't even imagine like being making fun of now, like children being making fun of. Because I remember everybody used to, joke around with each other and stuff,
Hmm.
but we knew it was just a joke. It wasn't that, serious and stuff. But now people really take it serious and they bring guns to school and knives and stuff. So
Yes, dad gifted it to him. I
it's
mean,
it's deep.
he didn't even steal it from anywhere. His parent gifted the gun to him. 16, there's your gift. That's
I look,
we're in
I
strange times.
I would not just I I would not want my children to be in school. That simple.
That's simple.
It's that simple. I wouldn't want my children to be in that society like that
That's simple.
because it's really that it's getting more crazier. This is the youth that we talking about.
Right. This isn't some grown 39-year-old man that decided to shoot some people up. This is, like you said, this is the youth serial killers. Because in the 70s and 80s, you would hear about serial killers and rapists and all these things. And now that society is giving birth to the current day America, where you have
Yeah,
16-year-olds acting it out. So that's how you destroy a nation. Literally, that's the fruits of destruction. And it goes back to the birth, the inception of that nation. When we just look back at history and be quite honest with ourselves and stop living in la la land, we would see, oh, this nation was built on killing and stealing. And even prior to that, the nations of people who were there also did human sacrifice. Let's be real about these lands of the Americas. What was really going down in that land? What's the principality and spiritual stronghold
exactly.
over
And
that
it,
land?
ooh, it's deep. It kind of needs to drink. And what is it going to drink? What is the land going to drink? Ooh,
It's horrible. But there's actually another shooting that you
but
told me about.
it's the reality. And I just saw I was on YouTube or something, and it just popped up, and I'm
It's
like, it's
sad.
another shooting.
Why do they start the school year like this? What is going on? It's just worse and worse. Why? But okay, so now we're
Is this
looking
another
at
school shooting
Kentucky.
or just a
No, this
regular
is a
shooting?
highway. You said,
Highway,
is this a
yeah.
regular? None of it's
See, like
regular.
it's getting so normal now. Like,
None of
is
it's
this a
regular.
regular shooting or a school shooting or a mass shooting or a president shooting or
Oh gosh.
is really getting like normal and it's not it shouldn't be funny. It shouldn't be
It's
funny, but
such a
it's like
struggle.
what the heck?
It's like watching a movie, a weird sci-fi movie. For us out of America for 4 years, we're looking at it and it's like, this is so weird because you just don't hear about this in Africa.
Yeah.
You just don't think when I'm going down the highway, I'm going to get sniped by somebody that's hiding in a
Right.
bush.
Dang, I remember that. Yeah.
Like,
We couldn't even roll down the windows on the freeway because we thought we was gonna get sniped by the sniper freeway person.
yeah, people were almost getting sniped in Kentucky, apparently. Y'all see, this is
Yeah.
Kentucky. They're on the highway. Let's look at this, y'all. This is heavy as well. Laurel County, Kentucky. By the way, y'all, when you go through rural Kentucky, just be careful. That's all I'm gonna say about that one because I've been drove through there many times as a child. I-75 was previously closed at the marker exit 49 in US 25, 9 miles north of London, according to the sheriff's department. Numerous people were shot. What? That's crazy. A spokesperson with the University of Kentucky hospital system confirmed that they have received two victims and are expecting more. Well, I mean, I hope they heal. I hope that they're non-life threatening. From this article, it looks like nobody has died, so hopefully they're non-life threatening wounds, shooting wounds. One person is at Albert Chandler Moore Hospital, the university's primary care hospital's level one trauma center for adults in Eastern Kentucky, 58 miles away from the shooting site. Oh, wow. So that's a little bit far from the shooting site. Okay, this must have been in the country then. That's interesting. Joseph A. Couch, 32, has been identified as the person of interest that police are searching for. He's described by the Laurel County Sheriff's Department as a white man who is approximately 5'10" tall and weighs 154 pounds, considered armed and dangerous. So this one is your typical demographic of who you'd expect to be the shooter that, y'all know the regular demographic of the mass shootings and things like that. Also, shout out to our recent person who gave a super chat. We appreciate it so much. Tyrone, you are so appreciated. Now, guys, this is just horrible. Police have not caught him yet. He's armed and dangerous. Kentucky, Georgia, in the country, they just going off down there in the South. They're just losing it apparently. So he's still on the run. They're like, he's probably running through the woods and stuff like that.
You gotta give me a recap.
And so it's very
I'm
unfortunate.
sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying, for those who are just coming in, we're on the Kentucky shooting now. It's a highway shooting. Nobody has died. 4 people were injured, and they went to a hospital that was about 58 miles. And so 58 miles away from the shooting site, which tells me they're probably in the country or something. They're not in the city. And the suspect is this guy, your regular white man shooting demographic who you would think is doing these mass shootings. And down south is just very crazy. It's just horrible. Highway shootings, who knows why he does this. There's no justifying it though. I hope that as Americans, people don't start getting into the mindset of trying to justify violence and justifying sympathizing with evil people, because that's what this is.
Yeah, and I was just about to say that the evil is like it's just growing slowly for people to accept, and that's what they really trying to do. That's what the adversary really wants. He wants to have the righteous people, the good people, see evil and just brush it off like, oh,
Mm.
it's all right. But
And then
that's
say,
not
oh, he was
that's
just
not
a
the
little
point.
stressed. He just got fired. No, this is
I'm here though.
wicked. This is treacherous. This is twisted. This is evil. And,
Okay.
this is the time for the righteous to be up in the earth and declare right ruling and say, no, this is treacherous. This is a horrible nation. This is a horrible society. You cannot continue on like this and think that this is going to be a blessed nation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you're
with
asleep and you're just completely foolish and on Satan's side, because who else else's side are you going to be on when you try to say, okay, everything's just fine?
exactly
It's not fine.
And it goes back to that, like what side are you gonna be on? Are you gonna be on the righteous side or not? Just how when Abraham had to go get Lot, he was questioning the Most High. Hey, what if 10 is righteous? Would you save the city? He said, you better go, because I'm gonna destroy it.
He
You better
said,
go
y'all
get
save
him.
it for one righteous, but he's looking down and saying, I don't see not one righteous.
Yeah.
That look. And you really have to judge the society by Yah's standards, not the society by society standards, not anything else that happens in the community by communal standards. You judge it by what do the 10 commandments say. If it says do not murder, that's what he meant. If it says do not be an adulterer, that's what he meant. It's not continue to twist and spin your way, acting like
And
a snake. You just
justify.
keep spinning like a snake. You
Yeah.
got snake moves
He's
now.
just trying to justify and make evil normal. Like really, because that's just gonna cause. Just imagine just living in that society, because we came from that society, right? So it's like, once once you get, she put a pamper on her, please. But once you get used to that, being in a society like that, carrying a gun is normal, and you're ready to pull it out to protect yourself and kill somebody. That shouldn't be. That's not cool. That's breaking the commandment. You should not murder. And we just getting so used to, oh, it's all right. Look, I got to protect myself. But just get out of that environment. That's what we try to tell. Like, get out of that environment so you won't have to be in a situation like that where you have to protect yourself like that. And I got a question for the people that's watching. It's 50 people in here, 21 likes. Try to get these likes up, please. We greatly appreciate it. But I got a question, and it goes back to a mindset thing of our people. Will a country just say it in the mindset of Americans now? Will a country without guns be safe for you? Like, I really want to know, what are your thoughts on that? Will a country without guns be safe? Because I was thinking about that earlier. Like, I'm like, man, this is, you know, coming from America, carrying a gun and stuff, like, then trying to be protective and stuff like that. Is it was a mindset that I had where I'm like, okay, yeah, I got to carry this gun everywhere because I don't know what could happen. And then go to a place where they really don't have guns. Now I don't feel safe in this place because I don't have a protection for myself and family. But that mindset overtook me even in a new place where there's no guns. So it's really about a mindset of our people, like, really. And it's like, man, it's getting worse and worse. It's getting worse and worse. Yeah, we really have to pray for our people to understand that we should not be living like how America's like molding us. America's molding us into making evil and the bad decision normal, just making everything normal. Just how I said earlier, like, dang, what kind of shooting it was? Like, it's categories now, and people start to realize that, is it a school shooting now? Is it a mass shooting? Is it a president shooting? Like, it's wild. Is it a gang shooting? Is it a violent shooting or is it a normal shooting? And it's like, what the heck? It should not be like this. Like, that society there is a war zone. It's a war zone, and we should not be in a war zone. The only war zone that we should be in is 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 outside of that society to heal. We just have to heal as a people. If the Most High is calling you out, you got to be ready to heal and have you have to war against your flesh and against your flesh. Your spirit is going to war against your flesh. Once you get out of that society and realize, like, man, they mentally had me messed up. They physically had me messed up and spiritually had me messed up. So once you start to realize that, it's just a blessing to be out there, and we just try to tell people, like, look, it's not time to just sit on your hands and feet. It's not time to sit crisscross applesauce. It's time to really step. It's really time to step and just keep moving outside of that society. It's not time to be just sitting on your hands and not putting it to work. It's time for his people, the Most High's people, to really stand up and come together spiritually. Because if we're not gonna be coming together, that's really all that this whole world is waiting on, is his people to come together and wake up and realize who they are. And once you start to realize who you are and start to read the Bible in that way, it's just gonna be game over. It's game over. So the Most High is just waiting for his people to come together so this world can change. So this world can be more righteous. And we just have to seek righteousness. Like, it's and that society that we're talking about, American society, this third world country, is not it for our people. They just try to poison us, they try to kill us. If we're not killing ourselves, if our youth is not killing us, if you know the your neighbor's not killing you, the food's killing you, the whole system is just trying to kill you and poison you. So it's like, it's just best to get out of there. it's really best to get out of there. So yeah, that's my little rant. um, let us know your thoughts and stuff. But if there's no questions or anything, appreciate everybody for coming on the chat. We just wanted to come on here and talk about the school shooting and another shooting today in Kentucky, um, because it's not what we thought it could be, right? It can be it can be very simple. It can be very simple. It doesn't have to be confusing at all. Like it really doesn't. It can be very simple, and his people has to be set apart. Is somebody asks, is a white man welcome on your live? Honest question, no race fighting. Of course. I mean, of course. We love everybody. It's not about the skin color. It's really about us discerning and knowing who you are. If you are white and you know who you are and you go with the flow, we have no problems. We know if you can accept the truth, if you know the truth and stuff like that. Trust me, we know a couple uh, other nations that like really know the truth about a lot of stuff. So it's nothing race against it. Thank you for the super chat. We appreciate it. But yeah, if there's no other questions, I'm gonna get off of here. Um, yes, thank you for the donations. And yeah, check out the links in the description. We're gonna be doing um state of the diaspora soon, and that's really talking about the mindset of our people. It's gonna be for serious people, serious entrepreneurs, serious business owners, um, and serious people about moving to Africa. So if you're interested, check the links in the description. Do you have to say anything? I was just kind of ending it.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Seek peace, get the solution of the matter, move to Africa, live your dream life abroad, live your best life because America ain't it and has not been it for a long time.
Yeah,
A long time,
and
y'all.
we see it, but it's the writing on the wall. What's that song called? I think it's by Kendrick Lamar. If if these walls can talk, ooh, it would be saying a lot.
If these walls could talk, they'd be bathed in blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Good deliverance. But yeah, y'all, that's it. Be blessed. Leave America behind. They ain't got nothing for you. They ain't got nothing for
Hold
humans.
on, I got a
And
question
that's
for you.
that.
Somebody asked this question.
As a white man, welcome on your live honest question, no race thing. What would you like to talk about? It's more topic based than race based. More topic
That's
based.
your response.
Yeah.
Okay, I just said yeah, of course. Like we have no race. We ain't racist. You know.
Well,
We
first
ain't,
of all, you're gonna
if
get
you
me on
know the truth.
a new topic. It's impossible for a black African to be racist when across the world black Africans don't own any of the systems.
Yeah, I
So
get
we
what you're
start
saying.
there. Prejudice and power equals racism.
Yeah.
Y'all know I can rant about this stuff for days.
No, I was just saying. We have we have white people, other nations that knows a lot of truth and stuff. So it's not it's not about the race. It's about the discernment and how you go about it. So yeah. But yeah,
For sure. For
that's all.
sure. For sure. For
Is that
sure.
all?
Yep, that's it.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And Gianna want to say bye. Her mouth is full with cookies. She said bye. Shalom, guys.
Shalom, shalom.